as Ince comes off the field.
Sidney Lewis, Chicago Blitz head coach. All right, so my athletic background is 8 years back, played Pop Warner football, did everything growing up like most of us did. That got some years on us. We played everything back in the day, but it started to zero in high school with 2 sports, football and track. So did that Proviso West High School, football, track. After high school, I went out to junior college. Went out to junior college way out in Cali. So went out to Cali, junior college, played football, ran track, 2 seasons out there. Had some good seasons. So that boosted me with a lot of Division I offers. So I ended up taking offer at the University of Wyoming to play football. So I played at the University of Wyoming for my junior year. But as soon as I stepped on campus, whole coaching staff that recruited me left and went to the University of Houston. So I was recruited to an 8-3 bowl team, and my junior year we went 1-10, and it's Wyoming, so it was miserable. So transferred up out of there. Everybody knows this is before the portal and things of that nature. So if you had to transfer to Division I, you would have to sit out that year. If I would have sat out, my Division I clock would have ran out. So I had to transfer to a lower level. So I transferred to Division II, which ended up being the greatest thing collegiate-wise for me. So I ended up transferring to a Division II called Grand Valley State, played football there, ran track there, won a national championship there, went 14-0, had a great coaching staff. Head coach of LSU was my head coach, Brian Kelly. My defensive back coach at Grand Valley State is Chuck Martin. That's the head coach of Miami, Ohio. And my defensive coordinator at Grand Valley actually just won a national championship with the University of Georgia this year as well. So had a great coaching staff, great teammates, great experience college-wise. And after that, I went on to play arena football. So I actually left school early, signed an arena football contract to play in the AFL. And I played in the AFL for 7 years for various teams. Great experience. I retired and actually came home and got talked back into playing for a couple more years for a local team. And I don't call that arena football. A lot of people get arena football and indoor football mixed up. Arena football is the actual AFL. The other leagues are kind of indoor leagues. So I ended up playing for an indoor league here locally in Chicago as well for a couple years just because it was convenient, and that was my playing career, so.
I had people not even associated with the team saying like, man, Jamie got hurt. And this is before I ain't saw nothing. I'm like, oh. So, but make sure you take care of yourself or whatever like that, so listen to your body. So as you go through today, like Jay got the ankles and things like that, Cam, I heard you hurt yourself too.
So coaching for me started back when I was 26. So and it's when I was still playing arena ball. I had the opportunity to go be an assistant coach at my old high school, Proviso West, under head coach Famous Hobart. So we went back he went to Proviso West as well. He was a huge recruit, like the number 2 recruit in his class coming out of high school way back in the day, like back in 93, 94. He called me up to get on his coaching staff, and we did it, and and we coached there for 10 years. We had a good 10-year run, and we got to the playoffs. The school never got to the playoffs ever in its history, and we made it to the playoffs out of those 10 years, 5 of the 10 years, which was a huge accomplishment, especially being in 8A football. So that's something that we were very proud of. We had numerous of Division I athletes, and not just Division I, because everybody thinks about D1, but we had a lot of kids just go to school, period, to just give them the opportunity. So that's where it started for me. I actually taught at a school called Chicago Math and Science Academy. So my coaching actually continued there as well as the Park District, D-Son, you got a lot of experience with that, So just started programs up with that and and even folks like yourself taking it to the next level. It's a real opportunity, a real pleasure, a real experience to be able to work for the Park District and coach some of these kids like youth experience. So that was the start, and that's where I really actually got into coaching, females, was with the Park District, and for me, it's something, it's a little bit easier to coach females, I guess because I'm real analytical, I'm real detailed in certain things. And I think that's just a skill that women pick up on, just how I kind of over-explain things sometimes. So that's always been a plus. Coaching the Blitz now. So it used to be the Blitz, now it's the Blitz. 2 separate leagues now, LFL to X League. I got involved with that. I was always familiar with the team, always had been around the team through their previous coach. Coach Keith Hatt was a coach that had much success with the Blitz franchise. We had some connections where we actually had them practicing here, and things of that nature. I was always frequent at the games because of the relationship with the previous coach. And he actually retired. Once he retired, they actually brought in another coaching staff. I was asked did I want to coach then, and I actually turned the position down. And they brought in another coaching staff, and that coaching staff was dog shit, just to be honest. And him and his staff, they left the girls out there for whatever reasons. They left the girls kind of out there, kind of assed out, really, before the start of their 2019 season. So some of the ladies actually contacted me again, like, hey, Sid, like, man, we know you know the game. We know you kind of been around. Like, we need you to coach. This other coach just quit. And I told them I'd think about it, and, they kept pressing, which wasn't a bad thing. They kept pressing, and I thought about it, had some conversations with some folks, and I decided to take the position. And I took the position, and we basically had 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks to prepare for the first game. And when I say that nothing was implemented, nothing was implemented. I didn't recruit a lot of the women that were on the team. Not saying that I wouldn't have, but it's just, when you're a coach, you want to do it your way, So that team showed a lot of perseverance, The record was crap, what I'm saying? It was a struggle that season, that same coaching style I talked about before. As far as coaching women, it doesn't take right away, So it was a lot of head bumping and things of that nature, But it was for the best of it. A lot of people, like I say all the time, a lot of people hate to have difficult conversations. There ain't nothing wrong with a difficult conversation. You get it out there. You know how this person feels. They know how I feel. Also, that previous league was a little bit more gimmicky. Instead of how the new league, the X League, is now focusing on the actual athlete a little bit more. A lot more. Before it was about trying to get some ticket sales and things like that, to kind of try to get that wow clip. So that's why we have some of the TMZ joints and things of that nature, because that's what it was like, That's what was promoted. That's what was encouraged, You mic'd up all the time. The ladies know it and things like that. So it was just, you kind of course. So whenever you have like certain things before a game, certain type of meetings before the game, it's one of those things, Thankfully, the new league is not going in that direction. It's more about the athlete, more about the actual essence of the sport, which is a great thing, which really makes a lot of people to be proud of the league now. So there may be some skepticism about it, but we'll see how that play out. But I think this is going to be a great thing for women's football in general. So with COVID, again, just rewinding it back, 2019. The season wasn't great, but we know why. We had no time to prepare for a season, putting the coaching staff on the fly. You have players in and out, So some of the things, football is already a turnover sport when you have injuries and things of that nature. Not even getting into the football stuff, but just dealing with the non-football things that you had to deal with was an issue, and it took its toll. But again, those who stayed and the women that came back, they've worked their asses off for the last 2.5 years. Like, if you see these women, if you could have seen where they were before to where they are now, you know, if you see that maturation, you would be so proud. And just the team chemistry that we have now is so amazing. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm proud of, is just how they formed together and came together as a team, you know, and it starts to remind me of all the great experiences I had playing football. You know, they now have that, and they now kind of get what I'm talking about, you know. Everybody's on the same page, everybody's pulling their weight, you know. It's just a good thing when it all comes together, and I'm extremely excited for 2022 for them to finally be able to show their skill and all the work that they've been doing and put that on the field for everybody can see it. Because folks don't know, but it's, you know, we got some dogs coming back. You know, it's that 2019 season was so crazy because for who I think who was the best female defensive player ever to play football, and Kristen Camper now, she's married, and she got hurt the first play, tore her ACL the first play of the game. First play of a game, of the first game of the season, you know, just to see where she's at right now after bouncing back after the ACL, just to see where Emma Vanderhayden is after bouncing back after ACL, you know, just to see, you know, Tamika Robinson's leadership start to catch up with her athletic ability, you know, to be a leader for our team. You know, and just see the dedication of some of our women is truly amazing. And like, these women deserve to be showcased. Like, me as head coach, I try to stay out of the forefront a lot for them to get their shine. Because I had my heyday. You know, it's over for me. You know, all I can do is coach and let them know what I know. You know, but these women are really doing their thing, and they really deserve an opportunity to you know, to get their praise, to get their just due.
1, 2, 3.